Dogs like the Bloodhound have been in existence for centuries, used by noblemen to track game in the ritual of the hunt. The dogs take their name from the care taken in recording their ancestry or bloodlines, so they were blooded hounds. Today's bloodhounds descend from the Saint Hubert hound, created in the 8th century France to follow difficult trails in search of treacherous game such as wild boar. William the Conqueror brought Saint Hubert hounds with him when he conquered England in 1066, and it was there that the bloodhound eventually blossomed some 800 years later. The Victorians were famous for creating dog breeds as we know them today, as previously there had been no breed standards and rarely any record keeping of bloodlines. The rise of dog shows and a widespread interest in keeping of fine or rare animals helped to save many breeds from extinction. The Bloodhound was one of them. His ability as a man-trailer and the patronage of Queen Victoria, herself a noted dog lover, saved him from falling into oblivion. Man-trailing with bloodhounds became a popular leisure activity, and it didn't take long before the police recognized the bloodhound's usefulness in tracking down criminals. These days, the bloodhound is still a favored member of many law enforcement teams, and his testimony is even accepted in court. Known as the chien de berger, the Malinois is often seen riding in a police car. This herding breed from Belgium, as he takes his name from the town of Malin, does not have a well-known history before the late 19th century and the late 1800s. He may have been helping shepherds care for flocks for centuries, but it wasn't until 1891, in a burst of national enthusiasm, that Belgian herding dogs were divided into types and given different names. The short-haired Malinois became quite popular as a herder, and his abilities were later turned to police and military work. Photos of police dog trials in 1903 showed the Malinois climbing 10-foot ladders and performing other displays of agility. It's not surprising that many of the dogs were conscripted during the World War I. The American Kennel Club accepted the breed in 1911, calling them Belgian sheepdogs and not separating them by coat type. Today, the Malinois is a popular police and military dog and can be a good family companion in the right home. The Bloodhound is calm by nature, but by no means lazy. Forget that image of the sleepy hound on the front porch. This is a working dog capable of trailing a scent for hours or even days. Life with a Bloodhound puppy can be best described as bedlam. Bloodhounds are master chewers and can easily destroy walls, doors, and furniture if left unchecked. They will also eat anything in the hope that it's food, including but not limited to rocks, socks, toys, plastic wrap, kitchen towels, etc. The list goes on and on. It's not unusual for this breed to require multiple veterinary visits or even surgeries to deal with intestinal blockages. Constant supervision and a good crate are essential to raising a Bloodhound puppy. A bored Bloodhound with energy to burn will create his own entertainment. He's a champion hole digger and can remodel your lawn in no time flat. Given the slightest opportunity, he will escape your yard to follow an intriguing scent and wander for miles before realizing home is nowhere to be found. He's not able to backtrack, so it's best to prevent breakouts by enclosing your yard as thoroughly as if it were Alcatraz or Fort Knox. The Bloodhound is renowned for his gentle nature, but beneath that placid exterior lies a tough, stubborn, independent hound. Training a Bloodhound requires skill, cunning, and what some might call bribery. Positive reinforcement, particularly with food rewards, is the way to win a Bloodhound's heart and mind. Force, on the other hand, will get you nowhere. When it's employed, the Bloodhound will simply don the mantle of passive resistance and refuse to do anything. For best results, begin training your Bloodhound when he's young and still somewhat malleable. To fulfill the Bloodhound's need to work, channel his amazing scenting ability with long, slow walks or hikes, permitting him to sniff out and explore trails. If possible, teach him to man-trail, as he's born to do it after all, and get involved in your local search and rescue organization. If nothing else, teach him to play hide and seek around your house. His skills will come in handy when you lose things. When you walk your Bloodhound, he must be on a leash, otherwise he'll take off when he finds a good scent, going at a pace that you won't be able to match. Bloodhounds have no street sense and will follow a trail into traffic or onto train tracks. Pulling is second nature to this very strong dog, so good leash manners are essential. Start teaching them as soon as you bring your puppy home and work with a trainer that the lessons are in fact taken. Before we continue, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button, as it would mean a lot. Thanks. The Malinois is a serious working dog, but that doesn't mean he isn't lively and full of fun. He is a happy and affectionate companion who's known for a sense of humor. He will play with the kids as well as protect them, but as a herding dog with a strong prey drive, he may instinctively chase children who are running. Do not allow this. Work with your trainer to teach him a strong, calm, down stay or leave it command that you can use to stop this behavior. Always supervise play when children are around. He can get along well with cats and other dogs if he's raised with them since puppyhood, but tends to be on the bossy side. Some Malinois are not cat safe because of their high prey drive. The Malinois is a great companion for a runner, jogger, or bicyclist. With that said, you will probably run out of steam before he does. While a Malinois may easily run for 5 miles or more, make sure to have your dog examined by your veterinarian before embarking on any exercise program. If your dog is free from any physical or medical conditions that could limit exercise, take him on strenuous hikes or let him run alongside your bicycle. A fenced yard is also essential for helping him get the exercise he needs in a safely confined area. He'll enjoy fetch games and will chase a ball or flying disc for as long as you can throw it. Agility, fly ball, obedience, rally, and tracking are just a few of the dog sports in which he excels. The Malinois loves games and is often described as having a high play drive. It's important to the Malinois to be a part of the family, and he loves having their attention. He's wary of strangers and makes an excellent watchdog, but he needs lots of socialization to make sure he doesn't become overly suspicious. The more people he meets, the better his judgment becomes. A Malinois who is well socialized is a confident dog. When he meets people outside the family, his temperament can range from outgoing to reserved, but he should never be shy or aggressive. Say no thanks if a puppy's parents aren't approachable or if a puppy seems either fearful or aggressive. Train this sensitive and highly intelligent dog with light touch. He learns quickly and responds to moods and tones of voice, so harshness or rough treatment is often counterproductive. In bloodhounds, the most serious and potentially expensive health problems are hip and elbow dysplasia, eye conditions such as entropion as the eyelids roll inward, extropion as the eyelids roll outward, and a condition known as dry eye are potential concerns. Another health problems that may affect the bloodhound is hypothyroidism, a common hormonal disease in dogs in which the thyroid gland doesn't produce enough thyroxine. Not all of these conditions are detectable in a growing puppy, and it's impossible to predict whether an animal will be free of these maladies, which is why you must find a reputable breeder who is committed to breeding the healthiest animals possible. A few health problems that have been seen in a Belgian Malinois include hip and elbow dysplasia, progressive retinal atrophy, cataracts, paneas, and epilepsy. The American Belgian Malinois Club, which is the American Kennel Club parent organization for the breed in the United States, participates in the CHIC. For a Belgian Malinois to achieve CHIC certification, he must have OFA or PEN-HP certification for hips, an OFA clearance for elbows, and an eye clearance from the Canine Eye Registry Foundation. Bloodhounds have short, easy care coats in black and tan, liver and tan, or red, and need only a weekly brushing or wipe down. That's where the easy part stops. The wrinkles must be cleaned regularly and kept dry to prevent infection. Be prepared to wash your bloodhound's face thoroughly after every meal and wipe his mouth after he drinks water before he shakes his head and sling water and drool everywhere. Use a rubber hound glove to brush the bloodhound's short coat, remove dead hair, and distribute skin holes. You can brush the dog daily or weekly depending on your tolerance for finding dog hair around the house. Bloodhounds shed seasonally in the spring and fall. A tool called a shedding blade can come in handy during that time to help remove the excess hair. Bloodhounds typically don't need baths very often if they're brushed regularly. They have a distinctive odor that most people either love or loathe, so if you're a loather, don't think you can bathe the smell away. It's an inherent part of the dog and is something you must live with if you want a bloodhound. The Malinois has a short, straight coat that sheds heavily. The coat is heavy around the neck and on the tail and near the back of the thighs. Brush it at least weekly to remove dead hair and distribute skin holes. Brush a little more often to help keep loose hair from landing on your floor, furniture, and clothing. Bathe him only as needed. The rest is basic care. Trim the nails as needed, usually once a month, and good dental hygiene is important, so brush the teeth frequently for good overall health and fresh breath. Check the ears weekly for dirt, redness, or a bad odor that can indicate an infection. If the ears look dirty, wipe them out with a cotton ball dampened with a gentle ear cleaner recommended by your veterinarian. It's best to introduce your dog to grooming at an early age so he will accept it gracefully. Alright guys, which one do you think you'll get? Tell me down in the comments.